is at least currently willing to set us up with temporary spots. So temporary is the first thing I'd like to point out. We are going for a 90-day permit with a possible 30-day extension. It's a little fun going for these 90-day permits because they take about 2.5 months in the process. So as soon as we get one, we have to start working on the next one. We have a current permit and a current camp going on in back to City Hall, and I would really encourage you to check out both the camp and the surrounds and make up your own mind about how it is. We can certainly give you tours of the camp anytime you want to come on down, except for 2 o'clock on Sunday, because that's when the residents are having their meetings. So we have a plan for the Whatcom dispatch. It's a rather good-sized, although inclined, parking lot. And I imagine most of you have actually looked at it. Anybody have a question about what the camp is supposed to be going to look like? We have about 20 maps, so if you want one, we can't share, but anyway, put in, I think, 20 single tents and 5 tents for couples. We have porta potties. We have regular garbage service. We do recycling. Most of the time, it's the people running the camp and living normal human lives. Some of them have jobs and some of them have disability, and now they have a stable environment to get in. I'm going to let Rachel talk a little bit.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm a Home Now board member. I am formerly homeless. I was one of the first residents at Winter Haven, and they really were a blessing for me. I was able to get back on track because I'm just like everyone else. I have a job, I have goals in life, and I got off track and can't get a house because it's really expensive when you're on disability. However, Homes Now saved me from that, and I was able to come back on the board and improve. I have a home now, and I am striving and ready. And I'm so excited for this place. We have structure. We have weekly cleanups. We will go around our neighborhood wherever we are. We will go within a block radius of where we are every Monday, and we will clean up trash around our neighboring area because that's where we are. We're trying to put them back in.
And so the Neighborhood Association is going to transcribe them, send them to the city and Homes Now for further response, and then circulate them throughout the neighborhood. We do have a few minutes, about 15 minutes or so for some public comments. We did have people sign up in advance, so we're going to go down the list. And again, this is just for a 1-minute comment period, so we can get to as many folks as possible. If we do not get to your comment, we do understand that many people showed up with a prepared comment. If we do not get to everyone, you can submit your formal comment to the city, to Lisa Poole at lapool@cov.org. So what we're going to do is I have the sign-up sheet. I'm going to announce whose turn it is, and then let the two next people know that they're up, so they can start thinking about how to phrase their comment in about a minute. And just as a reminder, I do have some signs to help to let you know when your time is running up. Please know that part of my job is to make sure we get to as many comments as possible, so I will appreciate your patience and cooperation if I intervene to help us move along. And I will also just remind you that it is okay to disagree with our neighbors, as long as we do so respectfully. So I ask that you state your concern in a respectful manner. And so we will start with Sarah Bender, and then we have Bernice going up right after.
Okay. I wanted to say that I was in support of this temporary encampment at the Sunnyland location, Safe Haven. I've looked at the track record of Winter Haven and the rules and the site plan, and I think this is a perfect thing for the Sunnyland neighborhood to embrace as our community Sunnyland and a business owner, this gives us the opportunity to be as great as we are and even better. That's all.
So we have Bernice Lamke, and then Jamie Riley will be up after that. Where's Jamie?
Well, I wish I could say as good as you, because I've lived in this neighborhood 1990. Now, I'm not going to detail all the transients that I have had to deal with. If it wasn't robbery, they were sleeping in my car park, and yada yada. And then they come down the alley and they steal from me. Now, I have to deal with this. We have a quota right now because they're coming in summer, and that's when I have to deal with them. But doesn't mean I don't love them, because I do love them. But I wish that you could put them in another establishment that would not in our community here, because we do have our quota already. And that's all I'm saying. Thank you so much. And I'm right with you, but put it in another place, please.
Thanks, Bernice. And then we're going to have Jamie Riley, and then we'll have Andy Shepard. Where's Andy?
Yeah, I agree with the gal that talked before me. We had, ever since the security went in years ago, the major problems has tripled. And we have, nothing personal, sir, we had a couple officers down to deal with this, and their hands were tied because of special laws protecting the homes. Yes, we are all the same way. We're all people. That's the number one factor in this. We're all people. We all have the same everyday problems. But me, I'm a cancer survivor. I had a stroke. I'm not working. So the income that these people are coming down the alley, taking stuff out of other people's things and not being caught, that's a lot of pressure on the neighborhood. I mean, your plan sounds great, you know, and we do have the best canine unit, because they know me, because I raise shepherds. You know, and a couple officers know me. If you don't believe me, I got a whole bag of my history on me to help out the neighborhood. And thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. This one's Andy Shepard, and I'm gonna mess this one up too. Allison Weiss.
First of all, I just want to thank Homes Now. The effort that you guys do, I know it's a lot of work and it's not easy. My only comment, I guess, is that the one test study that we're looking at was downtown, where there's already a lot of traffic. You know, so it's solving an issue that's existing there. This neighborhood, particularly North Alabama, where I live, we don't really have the issue, and my concern is that there may be an impact on the neighborhood. We may get some more traffic that we currently do not have, and I just hope that we're looking at the impacts there.
Thank you, Andy. And then we have Allison over here, and then we'll have Emily Hagan next.
Thank you. I just want to say, I want to thank everyone for their time here tonight. My wife and I visited the current camp in City Hall this last weekend, and we were given a tour by a current resident, and we were able to get an idea of how it's run. I was not only impressed, I was humbled by the pride the residents showed us, and I believe in Sunnyland and that we are a kind and welcoming group of people. It's been made clear to me tonight and from our tour that Homes Now and the city want this project to be a success, and they've worked very hard to address concerns and prevent problems. Perhaps we can be more optimistic and actually help make a difference in a few lives. Come summer, Safe Haven will move on, and I think we could help this project become more successful by supporting them so that the next neighborhood will be ready to welcome them too.
Thanks. we have Emily.
Yeah, I
Emily
didn't,
Hayden.
mine was a possibility when I wrote my name down.
Okay, would
so
you
I
like
don't
to?
really have any.
Would you like to? Okay. So we can go to Terry Bryant and then to Vince Mallon. Thank you all for keeping your comments under a minute so far. It's been really helpful to get to everybody.
I'm a Sunnyland resident, 19 years homeowner, business owner at Union Coffee Roasting for the last 7 years in Sunnyland. And I feel like I should also disclose that I manage the Homeless Service Center at the Opportunity Council. But what I'm saying right now is on behalf of me and not my employer. I just want to tell you what this neighborhood has been like to live in for this period of time. I live on King Street, not far from where the railroad trail empties out. There's a lot of traffic that comes down my street to the bus stop on Alabama. About 10 years ago, long before I started working at the Homeless Service Center, I noticed a guy walking down the street and having some trouble. And I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was, physical, if he was inebriated. I had a kind of a straw bale garden at the time, and he was sitting on it. And I was looking out my window thinking, what do I do? Do I call 911? Do I go outside? And my neighbor came across the street with her dinner and sat down and ate it with him. That's what our neighborhood should be. That's what I'd like to see.
So we have Vince next. Where's Vince? Vince is right here. And then we'll have Katie Starvis next.
So yeah, I've had kind of the same concerns Andy had about just traffic, the whole park, the issue with the park. People, I didn't know if there was going to be issues with crime
Can you right up to
as well. I guess my question is, Chief, with this place in your backyard?
I think from the experience that I've seen so far, almost in my backyard, is yes. I think it's been very well run, and the experience shows that the neighborhood got a good reputation
So we have Kate, who's right back here, and then we have Tom McNutt. Where's Tom?
Hi, I'm Kate. I live right down the block. I just want everybody here to know that, so I spent the last 8 years doing direct service with people that are experiencing homelessness, and part of that experience was turning people away for services. And I think there's a misconception about what's available for people that are unhoused in this town. There's not, even if you're doing every single thing right, you're in poverty, you have all these issues, you're on disability, you are still waiting for months and months and months, and it's just for your life to get worse. And so when you think like, oh, well, why can't they just go to the Mission, or why can't they just go somewhere else? There's not other options, there's really not. And then the other thing I just want to say to the residents and to Homes Now, like me and my family welcome you into this neighborhood. And I know that within this block radius, there are 6 other people that I've worked with professionally and know would welcome you as well. So thank you.
Tom, and then Alex Massa, and then just so we have about a few more minutes, so just remember to keep your comments to about a minute or less.
Okay. First of all, I want to say that I think for the Sunnyland neighborhood to be the first 21 neighborhoods in Bellingham to take this on would be a great opportunity for us. I have a concern, and that is that as far as I can tell from the ordinance, and it got skirted, I think, every time the question really came up tonight, is this written in such a way that next summer, when you tried your hardest to find a neighborhood that said, sure, we would love to have you, that doesn't happen. Are you back? And then the summer after that, how is this ordinance written that describes the longevity of this relationship and what the future is, not what you think is going to happen, but what is our protection as a neighborhood addressing what is a community problem? Sunnyland didn't create it. This is a community issue, and I would like to feel that the community is actually all going to share in this, because you should be welcome throughout this. They should not look at you from Edgemore and say, this is our problem. Second thing, and that is an important thing I would like an answer to. Second thing is parking. The only place in the whole Sunnyland neighborhood that has adequate parking was Lee's Drive-In, because they happen to have so much land that when the filling station's gone in, they have parking. Nobody else does. So I am totally in support of people needing to have a car to go get a job. Where are you gonna park?
Thanks. And it sounded like maybe Rick, you wanted to just quickly address something.
So again, this is, to just one correction, it isn't the first neighborhood. Leonard Streets was the first neighborhood. That's where Sunnyland is. And it is
almost as proud as the Leonard Street.
And it is 2 blocks away from where I live. So, I will say a couple of things, just to, point.
Briefly,
If folks are concerned about the chance of having it repeated over and over, we'll put a condition in, should it be approved, that would say it won't come back. And that is as firm as you can be. As far as parking, we would consider parking as part of any application that comes forward. It's something we will review.
And well, we're going to try to keep this to comments, and then if you want to address questions, you can ask directly. Parking may be something that people want to follow up with. So we do want to give
follow up in writing for those kinds of questions.
Yeah. And so we do have enough time for maybe 2 or 3 more comments. So Alex, where's Alex? Alex is over here, and then we'll have Jude Green.
Tom, it was mentioned earlier that the encampment cannot return to this neighborhood. We missed that part. So it's a one-time only thing, and then it moves on to another neighborhood and then another one. So it's constantly moving about. So this is a one-time only thing for this location. My other thought is, as several of our neighbors have mentioned, we already have homeless in our neighborhood, and I feel that what Homes Now is doing is giving us the chance to be a beacon and a light and a guide for a positive change for other neighborhoods. They've got rules, they've got enforcement, they've got a structure that will allow these people to have some solidity to their life and be allowed to grow and reach out and thrive more than what they're doing now. So I'm a big supporter of this. My house is not far from it. I'm a block and a half away from the encampment. I live on King Street, right next to Lincoln, which is a very popular street for people experiencing homelessness. And it's kind of it can sometimes be kind of a bit of a rough street. But I believe in what this is happening. I believe in this, and I think it's going to be a really good thing for our neighborhood, for our city, and for people who are struggling.
Jude, and then we'll have to end on Kim DeCarlo. There's Kim.
Hi, everyone. When I was listening, I heard you say there were cameras and that we could access it. And my issue has to do with the civil rights of the people. They don't really have an option to not be on camera all the time. I think that's a problem. And I hope that I'm not the only one that takes issue with that.
Okay, well, so we'll end with Kim over.
Hello. I'm here, my name is Kim. I'm here to read a letter on behalf of Tina McKim, who couldn't be here tonight. This is, Dear neighbors, city officials, and Safe Haven residents. I regret that I cannot attend tonight's meeting as I need to be in Seattle to get my MS meds for a few days, but I hope that someone will be able to read this letter on my behalf. I live about 500 feet from where Safe Haven will be and right across the street from the park. I'm so happy that Safe Haven will be in our neighborhood. The camp is amazingly well organized and has a community spirit of mutual care that I admire so much. The location is close to resources and bus lines, and I've heard so many of our neighbors are excited to help bring welcoming meals and supplies. Few and far between, I have heard people with concerns. For those folks, I ask that you take a moment to remember that the difference between being sheltered and unsheltered is largely random, cruel circumstances. Almost every one of us is a bad accident, a lost job, a natural disaster, a financial crisis, or an illness or injury away from being homeless. That's it, that's the only difference. Imagine yourself outside without resources or family or savings, or what a relief it would be to have a safe place to sleep, keep your things without having to worry about them being stolen, to have regular access to food, a place to cook it, clean water, and toilets. The stability and safety of these camps allow people to look for work, to be able to make it to meetings and interviews, and get connected with resources. The camp has already found housing for 3 residents. So many more will find housing, resources, and jobs because of the stability, relief, and encouragement of living in safe community. This camp keeps individuals in the community safe. It is an investment in public health, community building, and our moral future. It is amazing what Homes Now has already been able to accomplish, and all on their own dime. They truly foster hope. My family is proud to donate to Homes Now, and we welcome our new Safe Haven neighbors wholeheartedly. In community, signed Tina McKim, 2333 Humboldt Street.
Okay, so we're about to wrap up, and I just want to kind of summarize